Hey, what's up guys, Antonio Edwards here. In today's video, I'm going to show you both sides. I'm going to show you slow flipping properties, and on the other side, I'm going to show you rental properties. All right, so we're going to compare the two. And if you've been following me and watching my videos long enough, you know what slow flip is. You know, you're buying a property, you're not doing any work to the property. You fill that property in with the owner occupant, not a tenant. You get a non-refundable down payment, and you collect monthly cash flow on autopilot. Right? Rental properties, you go in, you buy a property, you have to fix up the property to get it quote unquote rent ready if it's distressed, right? And then you fill that property in, not with the owner occupant, but with a tenant. So now they can call you for leaky toilet calls, and you collect monthly cash flow. So that's basically with the two. So with the slow flip properties, number one, okay, no repairs. Okay? Rental properties, repairs. Okay? So with the slow flip properties, you're not doing any repairs. You can do repairs and then slow flip it out, right? Which a couple of my clients, few of my clients do that, but majority of a bulk of my clients, my slow flip clients, don't do any repairs because they just like to play. It's stress free. It's just beautiful, okay? But I have some people that do the repairs. So you technically virtually don't have to do any repairs to these. Versus rental properties, if it needs carpet and paint, you best believe that landlord better put that carpet and paint in there if they're going to rent it out to a tenant. Okay? Alright, second, non-refundable down payment, alright, and refundable deposit. Okay, very, very key. Okay, so with the slow flip properties, from your owner occupant, the day when they get the key to move in, they're going to give you a non-refundable down payment. They can't get that back. So if they decide to leave the property 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 1 month, they say they stood there for 1 month, that down payment they gave you, whether it's $5,000, $3,000, $10,000 or $20,000, I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, especially for some of you who probably want to go in these higher end properties, right? They can't get that money back. Well, for the refundable deposit, which we all know, I'm pretty sure all of us rented property before, or we lived in a rental with somebody, or you are our landlord, right? That deposit, that tenant gets back when they move out, as long as they didn't leave the property in the most dilapidated shape or distressed shape. Okay, like, so what you just say what here, like you can see this is one of my investment properties I'm actually in right now. So if they left this with they put cracks in the window, blah blah, then maybe that will deduct from their deposit. Okay, but more than likely, if they left it in sound shape the way they moved in, they'll get that deposit back. Okay, that's why I like no repairs, non-refundable down payment. Here's another thing. All right. Same monthly cash flow. This is crazy. Okay? Look. Same monthly cash flow. This is insane to me. Trust me, I've done both. I've done the Section 8 route. That was me on the landlord side. I used to do the Section 8 route. Be like, oh man, I'm getting guaranteed my rent from the government. They're paying the Section 8 tenant. But what I start seeing a trend. Most Section 8 tenants are usually they're single moms with kids and multiple kids, and what they do, they really don't care about the property. They're not paying monthly and working for it anyway, right? So they're going to care a little less, and they're going to tear up that house, and them kids going to tear up that house. Trust me, I know that. So with that being said, going back to this, you get the same monthly amount of cash flow whether I fixed it up, got it Section 8 ready, or just regular tenant ready, right? And put it out there for $1,000 a month, versus versus me putting this out with my message that is a slow flip property, I'm gonna get the same $1,000 a month without doing any repairs. Like, why would I not want to do this model? And why wouldn't you not want to do this model? Okay? It's just crazy. It's insane. Like, it blows my mind just because of messaging. The dynamic changes. Okay, you put this out on this side, you put a property out, you put it property for rent. Okay, now they're looking to make sure that property is rent ready, is move in ready, right? I put this message out here, property needs some TLC, owner refinance. So they went from, their mindset shifted from, oh, I'm renting this property, that, okay, now that I have some I'm working for ownership for this property, I don't mind paying that same $1,000 a month. They don't know, but they just know that that message tweaked, and people out here want to own a home, but they don't think they can own a home until you put your message out there. That's why I always say this. People out there want to have a dream of owning a home, right? But they don't know they can own a home until you put your message out there that they can own a property. And the reason why I said people have a dream of owning a home, because a lot of people out there can't go to a bank to traditionally get a loan because maybe their credit's fucked up. Okay? And there's a lot of us, not us. I used to be like that, by the way. I used to be like that. In 2007, I bought my property, right? I bought my property. This is before my real estate career started. My real estate career started in 2009. I bought my property in the heart, right on the tip of the bubble, right before it crashed, right, for $140,000, right? Making $23,000 a year. And next thing I know, a couple years later, that thing going to fucking foreclosure. I couldn't afford that. That fucked up my credit. So I was one of those people out there that couldn't get a loan traditionally with the bank. So if I saw a message back then that, hey, you can own a property, own a refinance, I would hop on this. Okay? Especially now, since the post-pandemic, you know how many people out there didn't pay their mortgages? Over 40 million people didn't pay their mortgages on their loans. So that means there's 40 more people on top of the millions of people before that can't go to a bank to traditionally get a loan because now their credits got jacked up. Now we put the slow flip message out there, and now there's more opportunity for us because we can slow flip these people. We can slow flip these properties, get that $3,000 to $5,000 refundable, and now it's just a win-win situation and everybody's happy. Okay? So that's the main things here. See, rental properties, repairs, refundable deposit, repairs, refundable deposit, same cash flow. That right there is key. That is key. There's the same monthly cash flow. Okay. Another thing, right here. What the difference between the two? I would do. This is my personal preference. This is what I right now is my personal preference. Okay. So if I was renting properties, me personally, I would do in B to C class areas, okay? But slow flip properties allow me to go to C to D. C to D, that D is the hood areas. Me personally, I won't be a landlord in the hood. But I would slow flip in the hood all day. And the reason why, because they can't call me for any repairs, right? And if they decide to walk away from that property, I have a non-refundable down payment. Okay, so being in CDD class with the slow flip play allows me also I can buy properties cheaper versus if I wanted to be a landlord. I don't want to go to the D class because of the headaches of the leaky toilet calls consistently, right? Consistently, trust me. But the B to C class, they don't call you for leaky toilet, yes, right? But it's a little better area, right? But I don't want to be in the landlord category in the single family game. Trust me. It's just a headache. So that's why I like this slow flip model and why you should like it, because it just has so many perks to it. Just so many perks. All right, so if you want to learn more about this from A through Z, I have a mini class. It's called a Slow Flip Formula Mini Class. Carve out about 90 minutes of your time. I can show you the exact step-by-step blueprint, right? In detail, private money. Where to get the money to buy these properties if you're not using your cash already. Right? The documents. You get the documents we use from structuring the deal, from the buy side, from the owner occupant side, getting that, how to get that, collect that non-refundable, what platforms we use to market to find our owner occupants. Okay? What markets we're in to buy these slow flips. Right? How do we structure this virtually? Some of you guys wholesale properties virtually. We buy slow flips virtually because we're not doing any repairs. So it makes it a lot more easy to go out to certain markets where somebody, like I'm in LA right now. I won't slow flip in LA. There's no way. My price points are 50K and more, in most cases 50K and below. It's impossible, all caps, all caps, impossible to buy a 50 grand property in Los Angeles, California. So I have to go buy them virtually outside of California market, and it works. So I'm gonna show you the markets. One market that I like is Birmingham, Alabama. That's a beautiful market to run a slow flip play. Okay? And I'll show you how to set this up virtually, okay? No matter what state you're in on the mini class, okay? And I don't want to do a 90-minute thing here on YouTube. I want you to carve out the time, learn this play, implement it, and start generating monthly cash flow without the headache of a landlord. You're based at the bank. So join the mini class, register right now, okay? In the description, you'll see that. And Tony Edwards signing off.